Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. We finally are going to get working on this 2017 Ninja 650. I picked this up maybe a month and a half ago, can't quite remember. But there is a massive hole in the engine block, so it is toast. It is non-repairable. Most likely the piston and rod gave away, blew through the block, and then the piston came up and just destroyed the head. So instead of messing with the engine, which really couldn't do anyway with the hole in the block, I picked up a used motor. They said it was 4,000 miles. It is eBay. I'm assuming they're lying. But as long as it's running, we're good to go. So, engine came in yesterday after, I don't know, 3 weeks. So let's get this thing stripped and get this motor out of here and do a nice little swap and get this thing running again. Alright, let's start getting some of these plastics off so we can actually see the engine. And I'll get you a nice close-up of the big, massive hole in the block of this thing. It's probably easy, just under a baseball size. So that's why I was pretty much saying there's no way to save this, because the odds of you just having block damage where we can just swap out the cases and get a new crank and rods is probably slim to none. My guess is the piston just, the rod gave up and the piston came up and smacked the head and did even more damage. So I'm betting there's nothing salvageable on that engine. All right, we got a bunch of Allen screws here. Of course, I forgot my extension. I've heard really good things about these bikes. 650 Twin. This is the newest bike I've ever owned. A lot of the other bikes I've owned are 2000 to late 2000s, so 2000 2008 or so. I've never really had a newer bike than that. It looks like someone did a lot of stuff to this. There's aftermarket levers. Looks like it has a phone mount on it. There's a nice carbon fiber Yoshi exhaust on it. I'm curious to see if there's a power commander or ECM flash hiding on this thing. There is a little damage. The tank here has some deep gouges and scrapes, but doesn't, maybe a tiny little dent. You could barely notice it. I'll hit that with a little black touch-up paint, but I'm gonna have to source maybe an upper fairing in black. Should be pretty easy to find. This is definitely cracked. Looks like somebody glued it. But the rest of the fairings look really good. The rest of the bike looks really good. Someone had their fun with it and blew the engine, and who knows how long it sat for. Because it was sitting outside. Unfortunately, the chain is a little rusted. You can see some of the links are binding, so I'll have to probably either get a chain. There's only 5,600 miles on the bike, so I'll see if I can salvage the chain, keep it in some WD-40 for a couple days, and see if we can get that chain to come back. A lot of clips. Of course, they stripped the bottom one. Oh yeah, that's pretty well stripped. There's no way that's coming out without being easy out. Alright, unfortunately my extractor set is larger than that screw is the hex screw that's in there, so currently drilling it. Is the camera showing this? Currently drilling it right now, big enough to where I can get the extractor in there. You know, one tiny fairing bolt is putting me on hold here, so let's see if I can get the extractor in there now after I just drilled it. Alright, after lots of cussing and yelling, I ended up drilling out that the head of the bolt with a large drill. My extractor didn't work. I couldn't drill it deep enough to get in there, so I just drilled the head out with maybe a 3/8 drill, and I was able to pop it off. Hopefully I can unscrew that with vice grips and get the rest of that out to save that that bracket there, and I'll just get a whole new bolt set. I didn't show it because there was a whole lot of cussing and yelling, so I don't have anybody to edit all those cuss words, so it wasn't pretty, so I decided not to record that one for you guys. But let's move on. There's a lot to do. It's just spinning. There it goes. So that's that. Looks like there's a push clip at the bottom here. Got my flathead. It's probably the longest it's taken for me to take off a fairing. It's crazy. Fortunately, when they stay outside, this is what happens. Push clips everywhere. This should all come off as one. There's a whole lot of screws in here. Oh no, another stripped one. So many clips. Thought this was going to be easier. Separates this here. Probably have to take that off. And they don't want you getting this fairing off and taking the bike apart. What are you stuck on? Come on now. This is all one piece. That's got to come off here. Push that in there. There we go. I was afraid to pull too hard. I don't want to snap it in half. Or drop it and scratch it like that. Something going on here. Hard to tell if it's all one piece or not. Shouldn't be. What the hell is stuck to this? That piece broke already. Oh, what the hell's going on here? Nothing holding it. I see. What's in there? This thing should come out. I see a Phillips. Another Phillips, maybe for light. Get a small Phillips.